Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, you guys see where we at? We at the Dallas International Airport. It's like 5 something in the morning, you know. But listen, the show must go on. We must continue to pump out YouTube videos by any and all means. Now, listen, man. I wanted to get my quick thoughts out there on a recent article I saw on BoxingNews24.com, pretty much stating that Mikey Garcia wants a world title shot, and he's seeking a world title shot from either George Kambosos Jr. or one Devin Haney. Now, I find this very interesting because this is the same Mikey Garcia that got overpaid $7 million. He got overpaid grossly to fight Jesse Vargas last year, like $7 million. Had an opportunity to fight Regis Prograis at 140. Decided not to fight him because they said there wasn't enough. He said, and he claimed, there wasn't enough money in the DAZN budget. He came into the fight with Sandor Martin in horrible shape. I mean, it looked like he spent the entire training camp at his local taqueria, eating just all kinds of fast food, and it looked like he's lost all of his dedication to the sport of boxing, you know what I'm saying? So I find it hard to believe that he really wants to fight those guys, let alone think he could beat them. It really just sounds like Mikey Garcia is clout chasing. It seems like he's trying to get back some of those glory days. And look, I actually ran into Mikey Garcia the other night at the MGM Grand. After the Devin Haney versus Jojo Diaz fight, I was hanging around the MGM Grand with my boys Angelo, Leo, and Johnny. We saw Mikey Garcia. I went right up to him and I asked him for an interview, and he was like, nah. He didn't want to do the interview because he claimed that he was going home, but we know that's a lie because we actually saw him walk into the casino. So he looked like he was out of it that night. He looked like he was out of it during the Sandor Martin fight, and he's looked out of it for quite some time. And I've said it for a long time. Mikey Garcia is a very talented boxer. He's someone that, you know, if we're talking about talent, skills, and ability, he has all of it. He has no shortage of talent, but the problem with him has never been talent. It's always been the lack of drive, dedication, and desire. And, you know, he's really insulting the world's intelligence by even calling out Devin Haney or George Kambosos Jr. because the reality is he's not relevant at 135. And truthfully, when we look at the condition he came into his last fight, we should question if he can even make the 135-pound limit anymore. Plus, on top of that, you know, if he does want to keep fighting, he's got to fight Sandor Martin. He's got to try to avenge that loss because, you know, he's lost to him. So there's no sense in getting a George Kambosos Jr. fight or a Devin Haney fight when the reality is you haven't earned it. There was a time and there was a place for Mikey Garcia. You know, he did deserve the big fights where he was must-see TV, where he was creme de la creme. But those days have passed him by. And like many fighters, like just like Michael Hunter, you know, he's been a victim of complacency. And he has nobody to blame but himself. He had the world at his fingertips. The world was his oyster. You know, going all the way back to the days of Bob Arum, he would price himself out of fights, and, you know, fair play to him. He got what he wanted out of boxing. He made money. He set himself up financially very, very well. So I can't hate on him for that. You know, God bless him and may he live a long, fruitful life. But as far as the current landscape of 135 and getting those big fights against guys like George Kambosos Jr., who on earth does he think he is? Who does Mikey Garcia truthfully think he is to think he could just jump in front of the line and call out George Kambosos Jr. when the reality is he's done nothing of significance in the last 2 years and some change. I'm not a Devin Haney fan, but he doesn't deserve a shot more than Devin Haney. He doesn't deserve a shot more than a lot of guys. So Mikey Garcia, if you really want this boxing shit like you claim you do, and you're calling out guys like Devin Haney and George Kambosos Jr., you know, why don't you start by beating Sandor Martin first? Well, no. Why don't you start by getting in shape and showing the sport the respect it deserves, and being your best self? Then go beat Sandor Martin. Then maybe we can talk about putting you in a big fight, because the reality is Mikey Garcia does sell a lot of tickets, and it would make a lot of sense, but you got to beat Sandor Martin and show that you're actually in shape enough to fight at 135. So that's what it is, man. Like, how dare Mikey Garcia insult my intelligence? How dare him insult your intelligence? How dare him insult the intelligence of his own fan base? You know, a very talented fighter who once had a lot of skills and ability, but the reality is he pissed it all the way when he didn't want to fight guys like Lomachenko and Terrence Crawford and Gamboa when he was in prime position to fight these guys. So I'm gonna leave it at that. You guys make it that what you will. You know, you see me, I'm at freaking terminal. Got a long couple days ahead of me till we get to San Antonio. But yeah, man, you guys take care. God bless. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just Kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on True School Sports, the home of boxing. If you made it this far, do me a favor and do yourself a damn favor. Hit that subscribe button and surely you will not be disappointed. You know, True School Sports bringing you the latest and greatest, the untouchable, you know, boxing content, interviews, news videos, breakdowns, live fight reaction extravaganza. We've got a great community of people here, boxing fans all over the world, from America to the UK to Australia and on and on and on. So join the empire today. Hit that subscribe button. Take care and God bless.